An apartment.
What?
This is not an apartment. Hello everybody. So I came down to the basement the other day to look for some Halloween stuff and actually came across a box that I'm so excited I found and happy that I happened to come down here to look for some things. As you know, I'm a huge Sims person and computer games in general, but Sims is my major thing. And I knew I had majority of the Sims games, Sims 1, 2, 3, and then 4 I actually bought the CD for, and I guess I lost it or thought I lost it. Now I know where it was. So I came down here the other day and found this little box. And I am extremely excited and I can't wait to show you what I found. Alright, so game number 1. The first game I have is The Sims. So the very first Sims that came out, I'm pretty sure I got this complete collection for a Christmas gift. I can't really remember what Christmas I got it for, but all the Sims 1 games are in here. Literally every single one. It brought back so many memories when I went into the basement and saw this, because this was the first game I ever got on. My aunt actually introduced it to me and my cousin. We used to play it every time we would go over to their house. From The Sims 1, that's what sparked my love for the game and has continued all the way up to the 4th generation that's created today. Go through every game and try to remember what I remembered in them and what I didn't remember, what I liked, what I didn't like, because as I said, I played The Sims for a very long time. I don't even remember the age I was, maybe like 7 or 8. So there's some things I remember and some things I don't. Sims house party. Now, what I remember about this so much, the dance floor. The dance floor was always like, you know, like the disco color and like those go-go girl cages. I thought that was so cool. They used to have like, sometimes I think people, if they're in a club, they would dance in them, and it was so cool because they'd be in sync, and it just reminded me of the whole go-go girl style, and I loved that about the house party and just the whole party vibe. I thought The Sims did a really good job for the first generation of introducing it, and I thought it was very well done. The next one was The Sims Hot Date. I don't really remember this very well, but I know like that's when they introduced like, oh, the dating atmosphere and all of that into The Sims 1, and that was pretty funny. I think they had like the restaurants and the ice cream parlor that you would go to, and like the Valentine's Day part. Wasn't really a huge fan of the date thing, because I'm like, meh, whatever, I don't really care. Because it's very, you'd create children and it just wasn't like, you know, The Sims 2 and on. Like, oh, a baby is arriving, would you like to have a baby? And poof, there's the baby with the flowers. Didn't really care about that too much, but it was an okay pack, I guess I'd say. This pack was by far one of my favorite packs of The Sims. Sims Vacation was so much fun. There were like 3 islands that you had. There was the like snowy island, there was like the beach island, and then I think it was like an outdoor retreat. Oh my goodness, all 3 of them were amazing. If I could rank them though for the best lots, I would say that the summer one was the best, the snowy one was the second, and then the outdoor retreat was the third, just because I don't really like camping anyways in real life, so why would my Sims? The summer vacation one was so cool, because I'd always be like, oh, I'd be like in school or something, I'm like, oh, I want to be on vacation so bad, let me take my Sims on vacation. I always remember the pools and how low quality they were compared to The Sims now, and how it was just like blue lot essentially, and just these heads, and you can see the arms, like I thought that was pretty cool. And then like the carnival that they had, and just the whole staying in the hotel room was so cool, and how you had to check in and check out. Man, the details they had in that were really good. And then the snowy retreat one, I remember the snowboarding and the like, I guess it's the pipeline, like U-shape, that was so cool. And the hot tubs outside, and being like, oh my goodness, like, you know, they're outside in the middle of the winter, but in the hot tubs. And I remember, I don't know why, but I think like in the lobby there was a bear rug, and loving to put my Sims on there because they'd have like the glass of the champagne, and it was bougie, but it was funny. And then the outdoor retreat I didn't really like very much, because it was just open land, and I think they were playing like outdoor games like archery and stuff, and I wasn't really into that. But I did like when they played volleyball, because I am a huge volleyball fanatic and I played my whole life, so that part was the cool part. So best so far of The Sims would definitely be the vacation part. The Sims Unleashed was the pets, and again, because it was so not well graphics back then, but it was still so good and it was still so meaningful still. Like I remember the pets would have the bubble and they were thinking things and like trying to communicate with you. Like so the Pets Unleashed was a good one, but it wouldn't be like up there on my scale. My second favorite game in The Sims 1, this might even be my first, I don't know, Vacations and this one collection I'm going to talk about right now are like up there for me. The Sims Superstars. If you played The Sims 1, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and the way I'm acting this way is because none of the other Sims can compare to The Sims 1 Superstars. And the reason why I say this is because literally it is so much fun.
So much fun.
If you compare it to The Sims 4 one and this one, you're missing out. Not even close. Literally, you would take your Sims to their superstore and you would grow them up. Like, yeah, you grow them at The Sims 4, but in The Sims 1, it's so different. You literally start like as a F-class superstar and literally make your way up to A-class. And the higher you go through the rankings, the better job opportunities you get. And I remember being on the lot doing the acting scenes and then doing like the music video scenes and in the music studio. Oh my goodness, so good. Like that, actually, now that I'm talking about it, I think that's my number one for this collection, and then Vacations would definitely be my second choice of fun having. But man, I haven't even had anything really negative to say about The Sims 1. Like, it's a good pack to start off with back in that day when it first came out. And like, wow, they did really good for their first like Sims coming out. I don't know, now this might actually be number 2. And I'm trying to think about it in my head if it would be 2 or number 3. And it is The Sims Making Magic. Oh my goodness. This, now I don't have Realm of Magic in The Sims 4. And I've never played it, but I'm gonna assume it can't even compare to The Sims 1. When I say that, literally The Sims 1, you would go through like different magic parts. And I remember, I love Halloween, so I remember like the haunted town and the haunted roller coaster you would go through, and I thought it was so cool. And then the magicians and all those cool tricks, amazing. I remember the Sims would like get the box that they would get delivered to their front house when you get Making Magic, and the little circle with the arrow to go into the magic world, and the Sims going wee into the hole. I just it was too good. It was too good. For my top 3 for the Sims collection would be The Sims Superstar, The Sims Making Magic, and The Sims Vacation. They are really good, and if you're lucky enough to have The Sims, go and play it because it is an amazing collection and they honestly did a fantastic job on this. Good job, Sims, for your first creation. Let's get on to the next one. I'm sure you know what's coming up, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you're a Sims player, this is going to be your favorite generation ever. It's The Sims 2. The Sims 2 is out of this world. Literally, it is such a good game, and I think the creators of Sims did a really great job on The Sims 2, especially upgrading from the Sims 1 version. Each town has its own little story, and I think The Sims did a really great job with that, and I wish they continued that with Sims 3 and 4, because like they put so much detail into the characters and all the Sims that it made the stories, like the Caliente sisters, Don Lothario, the Pleasant family, the Goth family. Base game was really well done, but you really don't need to have the expansion packs right away. And man, Sims 2 is golden and deserves all the love and so much appreciation. And the second one is Sims 2 University. Bummer is it's only disc 2, so I'm missing the first disc. I actually found someone who has Sims 2 University, so I actually bought it right away, waiting for it to come, because I have to wait to install the games because you have to do it in order, and Sims 2 University is the second one, so I have to make sure. And literally when I found the game, all I could think about is I want Sims 2 and I want Sims 2 University, because Sims 2 University, wow. After going to university and experiencing that life, and I didn't stay like off campus or anything, but I got to experience, you know, going to classes and having parties and making friends and everything. The Sims 2 University, amazing job. Like really realistic and fun and wild and out there. And I think it's way, way, way better.
Way better.
Than The Sims 4 University. Not even close. The Sims 4 University, like, I can't even compare. It's not even, it's hard and it's challenging and it makes me angry when I play that game. Anyways, they did a really great job, like down to the details where you could put your face on the dorm, the mascots that come and the parties that happen, and they did a really great job with The Sims 2 University, and I can't wait to get it so I can download them in order. The next expansion pack that came out was spicy. The next one I have is The Sims 2 Nightlife. And if you know, The Sims 2 Nightlife not only brought partying, chaos, and disco, it brought cars. This was the first time that The Sims 2 introduced cars, and it is phenomenal. I remember when this pack was getting released and they announced that cars were going to be dropping in The Sims 2, I freaked, because that is so dope to be driving a car, especially when I was younger. Like, this is probably now, I don't even know how old I was, maybe like 10, 11, 12. So not being able to drive in real life, but being able to drive in a game, come on. And you know I got the sports car every single time because it was the best one out of all of them. The nightlife was so much fun. I'm pretty sure this is when vampires were introduced as well. You wanted to go out at nighttime because the nightlife was when things were going. There was bowling, there was disco, there was vampires, like I was saying. It was just such a fun experience. And I think nightlife was probably my second favorite compared to university. You heard me praising that like crazy. But I think nightlife, they did a really great job of bringing so much into it that it outdid itself so well. And then it just makes me think, where are the cars in The Sims 4? So the next one that came out, I thought was really adorable and cute and even more realistic from the first Sims, was The Sims Pets. The Sims Pets was so adorable. You can have different customizations of all the animals. They were so cute. I don't really remember a lot about The Sims 2 Pets very much. I just remember I really wanted it when I was younger, but I don't really remember a big deal about it. It was just really introducing cats and dogs and like parrots and stuff like that, but like I said, I don't really remember a lot about it, so I wouldn't really say it's up there as in memory or my top choices. It was just a game I really wanted to replicate my real life animals. The Sims, if you have Sims, you need seasons, because seasons make a whole difference in your gameplay. It makes it even more realistic. The Sims 2 seasons were hilarious. You had the snow, the snowball fights, freezing. You had just, you know, being really cold and all those details. And then The Sims 3, you had the seasons 2, and The Sims 4. Like, it's one of those things that's a staple. And when they always release the seasons, I get super excited because it just makes the game more realistic. You go through the seasons, you see the different changes. Your Sims change their style, their clothing to adapt to the weather. They act different if it's too hot outside. They act different if it's too cold. You know, the lightning when the trees burn down in The Sims 2. Oh my goodness. The next one we're going to be talking about is Bon Voyage. Now, I don't really remember it very well. It was fun. I liked it to go to different places than your own map that you had, or your lot, I should say. So it was different in that sense. It was fun, but it wasn't something that I really remember very much, so it didn't really have a huge impact on me. As I was younger, I really wanted to experience the lifestyle like living in an apartment. What? This is not an apartment. Expansion pack. I really don't remember at all. Like, literally playing it, I can't remember it at all. I don't know what to say. Apartment life. Man, this one, to finish off with the last expansion I got for The Sims 2, amazing. They did a really great job with this. It was so well done. Like, to hearing the knocking on the walls, to hearing your name, like, they did such a good job with this. Like, so if I were to rank The Sims 2 games, it would definitely be the base game because of all the stories they had just right off the beginning. That's number one. That just says something when the base game is the first one I picked. Second one is University. The third one is Nightlife. And the fourth one would be Apartment Life. All right, so we're on My Sims 2 University. Now, I'm trying to remember with The Sims 3, and I'm not really sure why, for some reason, this specific generation of the games, I don't have a lot of the games to begin with, and I don't remember a lot, really. We went from The Sims 1, we went to The Sims 2, which was a huge jump, and then we went to The Sims 3, which was even a bigger jump. And the reason being why this jump was even bigger was because we had open worlds. We had open worlds in The Sims 3. It was amazing. Literally, we could go to the grocery store, you could go to the bakery, you could go to the mall, you could go to the school. You can travel anywhere without having the loading screens. This game was really different, and they really focused on having open world simulation and movement, and they did a really great job with doing that. The only problems with The Sims 3 was it was super laggy. Now, when I was younger, I didn't really realize the lagginess of it, and I didn't really realize how slow it was until later on, thinking, why is it taking my Sims so long to get to places? Why are they glitching? Why is it moving so weird? And like, it was just because I think a lot went into the open world and not so much went into the processing systems that made the game really slow, and the open world took a lot out of it. Also, The Sims just looked really different, to put it in better words. There were flaws to The Sims 3 for sure, and I think that was also a reason why I didn't put a lot of playing time into it and probably play The Sims 2 more, just because it wasn't really what I was looking for, but it was really cool to have the open world in that experience. And, you know, being able to watch your Sims go to work and then going to the movies and driving there or taking your bicycle or running there, for goodness sakes. It was really cool in that aspect, but there were a bit of flaws that were in The Sims 3, I would have to say. This Sims 3 one I actually liked a lot because you had that actual adventure experience. You would go into the tombs and experience things. You would travel to Paris and do really cool things. And I thought that was a really cool aspect about it. But same thing, it was lagging a lot. So it'd take a really long time to do things and I'd get bored. And it was just, I don't even think I'd finish half the adventures, but it was a really cool experience to do. And I thought it was really cool to live what I want to do and how I want to have fun through my Sims. Sims 3 Ambitions, and it was basically adding more careers into The Sims 3, the lives. So basically you could be like a detective, a tattoo artist, a ghost buster, you could be a doctor, you could be a like an inventionist, so make robots, and a firefighter. I thought they did a really fun job with this. And again, it was a lot of fun because you could go and watch your Sims do all of these fun things and these cool things. And I thought that was a really good job that they did. And it was a lot of fun to experience the different works and the different jobs you could have. I would definitely say, so far, everything I've gone through, this would probably have been my first like out of the Sims 3 packs that I have in the future. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't remember this pack at all. I don't know if I got this for a Christmas gift. I don't know if I just got it to get the game. I really don't remember this game at all. I do remember there being robots, but I don't remember really playing it very much. So I don't really have very much to say about this one. So those are all my Sims 3 games. Let's get on to the most recent game that's out right now and talk about that. This is The Sims 4. This is the most current game that's out right now that majority of everyone's playing because it's the most recent. Now, before I even go talk about The Sims 4, as you can see, I have a hard copy disc CD of The Sims 4. Now, as you could tell, I lost all my discs and they went missing. I believe it's when we moved to a different place. Everything went into storage. So I didn't know where my Sims 4 game was. I then rebought The Sims 4 on Origin. We'll talk about The Sims 4. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'm just gonna go over everything about it because it's our most current game and a lot of you can relate to it, as I said. So The Sims 4, when it was announced and released, I was jumping for joy. The reason being is because now our Sims had way more detailing to them. They looked so realistic. You're able to shape their sizes of their bodies, their eyes, their face, their mouths. Now you could do that before in other ones, but it now is more detailing. You really could make your Sim look like you. And I remember them advertising it with like celebrities. I think it was like Vanessa Hudgens and I think it was like Kelly Clarkson, if I believe, and Jason Derulo. They were singing like the songs in Simlish and they were like creating them at the same time. And it was just so intriguing and they really hyped it up. And I had a lot of fun when it first came out. I'm not going to go in the order exactly of all of them just because I'm not going to remember the orders exactly of all of them. But I'm going to just tell everybody the games I have The Sims 4 because you didn't really have to go in order compared to the other ones where you had to upload the CDs and go in order or make you restart. So it doesn't really matter what order I go in because you know what I'm all talking about. So that's the base game for The Sims 4. I'll just talk about the other ones I have as well. Sims 4 University was not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting it to be similar to The Sims 2 University or better. Sims 4 University is realistic in the sense of making you feel extremely stressed for school because university or college is very stressful. It can be very stressful at times and The Sims 4 made me feel that way. I remember when I first played, I was like, okay, let me reflect like my real actual university time because I was in university when The Sims 4 was dropped and the university dropped and I was playing pretty much the current situation. So I remember thinking, oh, okay, I'll take like, I think the max is 4 courses or 3 courses and I'll take an elective. Yeah, that's okay, that's cool. That should be easy, whatever. You know, I have like 8 courses in real life. And when I tell you how stressful it was, it's stressful. It's like you have all these days of the course and you got like 8 hours to do this and the next day you got to do the homework again and it's, oh my goodness, it's stressful. I think I flunked out every single time I played. I think one time, the only reason why I did well in the past was because I took one course like every single semester. That's the only way I could do it. So that would probably be the most thing I didn't like about it. It was also, if you lived in like the dorm, there was no cooking. Like you couldn't cook. I remember the food would just randomly show up and I'm like, why is the food randomly showing up? Why can't I cook the food? I'll talk about The Sims 4 seasons. I love The Sims seasons. I already told you that before, and I actually think The Sims 4 did a really great job with the seasons. They continued with the great trends of all 4 seasons and just making it so much fun and getting overexhausted and overheating. You can die from being too hot. You can die from being too cold. You can freeze to death. I thought they did a really great job with the seasons, and they also brought in like actual holidays into the season. So Sims 4 pets, it's fun. You know, you can make your pets look really more realistic to the human version of pets. It's still, no, it's not lacking anything. I'm not going to say that. It actually was really good. Thinking about it, The Sims 4 Pets is really well done. It was fun to play. The last expansion pack I'm going to talk about is Island Living. I really like Island Living. It is a whole new world, and it literally is a whole new world. I think it's so cool to basically live on the island and have the traditional island lifestyle and learn about their traditions. I think that's really realistic and cool. And it's funny because you can sunbathe in the nude essentially. You can literally go onto the water, go surfing, jet skiing, swim with the dolphins when they're children. It's really fun to play that one, and I think it's really well done. The thing I'll be talking about is the game packs. I don't really have a lot of the game packs just because some of them don't really intrigue me. So the 2 that I have are the Dine Out, which I think is really fun and cool to play. You basically own your own restaurants, and I think that's really fun to have your own restaurant and run it. I have always liked the business aspect of things and being able to play like a business and run a business. I think it's really fun to play that Sims 4 version of Dine Out, and it's a fun one. And the last one I have is the vampires. I think the vampires in The Sims 4 is amazing. I love the vampires, just a general theme. It's very spooky and creepy, and I think it's really cool. The fact that, you know, you can get bitten by them randomly, suck the blood when you're the vampire. I think being a vampire is a little hard, but it's fun because it's that challenge. Not as challenging as university. But, you know, having to get the blood packs if you need it, biting people. I usually have 2 people in the house, and one's a normal sim and one's a vampire, because you just constantly got to get the blood, and sometimes you get rejected if you ask somebody or compel somebody for the blood. But I think the vampires is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And let's talk in the comments about all the Sims games, what you like about them, what you don't, and what you want to see more of. Have a great day, everybody.